Hello everyone, I'm Sarah of Rich Textures Crochet and welcome. Today we're going to learn how to crochet a very easy plant hanger. This one is quite simple to work and I've worked it holding two strands of yarn together so it's a little bit thicker. The size that I'm going to show you here today is for a 6-inch pot. If you would like to make it smaller or larger, you are welcome to. Once you get the hang of these increase rows, you'll be able to do that quite easily. Just to show you how it works, it's a simple square. Turn it over here. You would set your plant pot in the middle and then gather up the four corners like so. And then there's loops up here that you can loop through your hook up at the top, and it's so easy. It looks quite pretty, and you can make it in a variety of colors and using up any yarn scraps that you might have on hand. I used about 200 yards of yarn for this project. I divided it up between 4 different colors, so about 50 yards of each color, and yeah, it turned out quite beautifully. Today for the tutorial I'm going to be using some Pima Cotton by Lion brand. It's a 100% cotton and there is about 200 yards per ball of yarn. Now because I was holding 2 strands of yarn together as I was working, I did use 2 balls per color, or 2 kind of partial balls of color, in order to make it easier just to work with. It's up to you how you want to work that out. You're also going to need a 6mm crochet hook, and there's links to these items in the description of this video. Also in the description you'll find a direct link to the free written pattern, which is on my website at richtexturescrochet.com. So thank you so much for joining me. While you're here, don't forget to subscribe, take a look around, and this channel is updated every single week with free crochet patterns and stitch tutorials. Our pattern today is worked in rounds. We're going to start at the center and work our way out. So by taking your color A, you're going to make a slip knot. You're holding 2 strands of yarn together, and you're going to begin by chaining 4. Now for round 1, you're going to work 11 double crochet stitches into the 4th chain from your hook. Your chain 3 will count as a double crochet stitch. So 11 double crochet stitches all into this 4th chain, including that starting chain 3. At the end of this round you'll have a total of 12 stitches. You'll have the 11 double crochet and then your starting chain 3. Once you have 11 double crochet stitches worked, 12 including your starting chain 3, you can join with a slip stitch into the top of that first stitch, and then fasten off your color A. For round 2, you're going to take your color B and you're going to join it into the same stitches joining, so also into the top of your chain 3. Just want to find my tails there. Perfect. You're then going to chain 1. We're now going to work a double crochet 3 together all around the post of that first stitch. So you're going to yarn over, bring your hook in front of your work and insert your hook around the post of that first stitch, yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and repeat that twice more all around the same stitch. So there's once, twice, 3 times, yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on your hook. You're then going to chain 1 and work a double crochet into the top of the next stitch. Just a plain double crochet. Chain 1. Now around the post of the next stitch, you're once again going to work that double crochet 3 together, all around the same post of the next stitch. Chain 1 into the top of your next stitch, work a double crochet. You're going to repeat that all the way around and then chain 1. So chain 1, double crochet, 3 stitches together, all around the same post of the next stitch, chain 1 and double crochet into the top of the next stitch. So repeat that all the way around. At the end of the round, you're going to have a total of 6 of those front post stitches, 6 of those double crochet stitches, and then chain stitches worked in between each one. At the end of round 2, you've chained 1. You're going to join with a slip stitch into the top of your first stitch, which is that double crochet 3 together, and then fasten off that color B. For the next round, round 3, you're going to take your color C and join it into the top of the same stitch as joining. You're then going to start off this round by chaining 3. This counts as a double crochet stitch. Next, you're going to work 1 double crochet in each of the next 5 stitches, and this includes your chain stitch. So there's 1 right into that first chain stitch. Two into the top of the double crochet, 3 into the top of the next chain stitch, and you might kind of have to force your hook through, 4 into the top of your next 3 together, and 5 into your next chain stitch. You're then going to chain 2, and this will form your corner of the square. You're then going to work 1 double crochet into each of the next 6 stitches, once again including your chain stitches. So into the top of our double crochet, into the top of the next chain stitch, the 3 together, into the chain stitch, the double crochet, and our next chain stitch. Chain 2 and repeat double crochet in each of the next 6 stitches, followed by chain 2 all the way around till you come to your first stitch. At the end of your round 3, you're going to chain 2, so you've come all the way around, have worked a double crochet in each of the next 6 stitches, chain 2, and then join with a slip stitch into the top of that first stitch and fasten off. You're then going to take your color D and join in the top of that chain 3 into the same stitch as joining. And you can chain 3, which counts as a double crochet stitch. You're then going to work 1 double crochet into each of the next 5 stitches. Including that starting chain 3, you have a total of 6 stitches. You'll be then at your next chain 2 space. Into this chain 2 space, you're going to work 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, and 2 more double crochet stitches, all into the same space. You're then going to work 1 double crochet into each of the next 6 stitches. You'll now repeat. Into your next chain 2 space, work 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, and 2 more double crochet stitches, double crochet in each of the next 6 stitches, across to your next corner where you will work 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, and 2 more double crochet stitches. Repeat this all the way around. When you come back to your first stitch, you're going to join with a slip stitch into the top of that first stitch. I'm at my last corner. Join with a slip stitch into the top of that starting chain 3. And you can go ahead then and fasten off your color D. For round 5, in my original I went back to my color A. I think today in the video I'm going to continue working in my color B and just stick with the pinks. But you're going to join with a slip stitch into the top of that starting chain 3 and chain 3. You're then going to work 1 double crochet into each of the next 7 stitches. You'll then be at your corner space. Into that corner space, work 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, and 2 more double crochet stitches. You're then going to work 1 double crochet into each of the next 10 stitches. You'll be then at your next chain 2 space. Into your chain 2 space, work 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochet stitches. You're going to repeat this all the way around until you come to your final 2 stitches. When you come around to your final 2 stitches, you're going to work 1 double crochet into each of those final 2 stitches, and then join with a slip stitch into the top of that starting chain 3, and fasten off. You can then join your next color for round 6. Into the top of that same stitches joining and chain 3. You're then going to work round 6 by working a double crochet into each of the next 9 stitches. Your chain 3 will count as a stitch. That will bring you to your corner space. Into your corner space, just as you did before, you're going to work 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, and 2 more double crochet stitches. You're then going to continue working along the next side, and you'll work 1 double crochet into each of the next 14 stitches. You'll then be at your corner space. You can work 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, and 2 double crochet stitches into that next corner space, and then repeat 1 double crochet in each stitch across in the next 14 stitches, and then your corner space all the way around. When you come to the final 4 stitches, work 1 double crochet in each of the final 4 stitches, and join with a slip stitch into the top of your first stitch. At the end of round 6, you can fasten off, and you're going to join your next color into the same stitch as joining, and chain 3. You're then going to begin round 7 by working a double crochet into each of the next 11 stitches. You'll then come to your corner space. Into that corner space, work 2 double crochet stitches, chain 2, and 2 more double crochet stitches. Going to continue around as you did before, working 1 double crochet in each stitch all the way across. For round 7 will be 1 stitch in each of the next 18 stitches, 2 double crochets, a chain 2 in your corner, and repeat all the way around. When you come to your final 6 stitches, you'll work a double crochet in those final 6 stitches before joining with a slip stitch into the top of that starting chain 3. If you would like to continue making your plant hanger a little bit larger to fit a larger pot, you can go ahead and work 1 or 2 more rows, however many you need, and rounds, and then meet me back here. At the end of your round, where are we here? 7, you're going to join with a slip stitch in that first stitch and then join your next color in these same stitches joining. And this time we're going to work a similar round to the last rounds that we have been working, except this time we're going to be working them in single crochet stitches. So chain 1, and you're going to start by working a single crochet into that first stitch and each of the next 13 stitches. So you'll have a total of 14 single crochet stitches in total. When you come to that chain 2 space, work 2 single crochet stitches, chain 2, and 2 more single crochet stitches into that chain 2 space. You're going to continue working all the way around a single crochet in each stitch all the way across. There's going to be a total of 22. 2 single crochet stitches, chain 2, 2 single crochet stitches in your next corner, and so forth all the way around until you come to that first stitch, and then join with a slip stitch into the top of that first stitch and fasten off. At the end of round 8, you can join with a slip stitch into the top of your first stitch and fasten off if you would like, as I did for my original one. Today I'm kind of choosing my colors as I go, and I'm actually going to keep working in this color B here for my round 9. For round 9, this is our final round. So we're also going to be working our hanger cords on this round as well. So what you're going to do is you're going to start by working a single crochet in each of the first 16 stitches. So starting with that same stitches joining, and then each of the next 15, you'll have a total of 16 stitches all the way across to that first chain 2 space. When you come across to your chain 2 space, into this chain 2 space, you're going to work a single crochet stitch. You're then going to chain 40. This is going to form the first cord. There's 10, and you'll want to chain them fairly loose because we are going to be working into them. Now, if you would like your chains longer or shorter, you can certainly lengthen or shorten them. Just make sure that you make note of it so that you can work a chain the same length for each corner. So I've chained 40. I'm then going to skip the first 5 stitches from my hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to slip stitch into the next stitch and each of the next 34 stitches. So I'm going to work a total of 35 slip stitches, working all the way down my chain, back down to my square and my corner space. So slip stitch and each stitch all the way down. This will leave you with a loop up here at the top that you're going to use to hang the plant hanger, and it will make the cord fairly strong as well and a little bit thicker. So slip stitch all the way back down. When I'm working my slip stitches, I am working into the back bumps of my chain. It is really just a personal preference. You can work in any of the loops that you choose. I'm just working in the back side of them. And I'm almost back down to my chain 2 space. When you come back down to that chain 2 space, you'll work one more single crochet into the chain 2 space, and then once again single crochet into each stitch all the way across. There'll be one in each of the next 26 stitches to your chain 2 space, and you're then going to repeat single crochet into that chain 2 space, chain 40, skip the last 5 chain stitches and work slip stitches in the chain all the way back down, single crochet in the chain 2 space, and continue all the way around. When you come back to your first stitch, you can join with a slip stitch into the top of that first stitch after working all 4 of your corners. Fasten off, weave in your ends, and then enjoy your super easy plant hanger. That's all there is to working the hanger today. So thank you so much for joining me once again. If you need a copy of the written pattern, head over to richtexturescrochet.com. And until next time, happy crocheting. Bye.